Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. PkDarren here, and today we're going to be going over 4 different ways you can downshift on your motorcycle. I'm gonna let you guys know which way I normally do it, but let's get right into the video. So there's 4 different ways you can downshift on your bike. Some people would say there's 5 ways because you get an auto blip, but we're not going to count the auto blip for this video. We're just going to go ahead and only count the 4 major ways that people would downshift on their motorcycle. So the first part, a lot of new riders would do this. I recommend not doing this, but if you're really not comfortable and you haven't taken the safety course, or you've never been on a motorcycle and you're not comfortable in stopping and downshifting yet, then you could go ahead and do this option. The first option is, most people, they're going to go to a like this. There's a light coming up and you're going to be able to have to brake and downshift normally. But what some people would do, they'll hold in the clutch and apply their brakes until they get to the stop sign or a stop, and then once they're at the stop, they'll downshift all the way down into first gear or neutral if they want, and that's a way they will stop their motorcycle. Again, I don't recommend doing that. Only if you're really not comfortable with downshifting yet, then do that. Again, like I said, they will hold in the clutch. They'll literally hold in the clutch. They won't downshift, they'll just hold in the clutch only. So they can be in 5th gear, they'll hold in the clutch in 5th gear, wait till they get to the red light. Then once they get to the red light, they're also applying brakes, and once they stop, they'll put their bike back in 1st gear. So let's see if we can make it to this light. If not, I'll try to demonstrate it for you guys. So we're going up, I'm in 5th gear, I'm holding my clutch in, and I'm using my brakes. And I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting till I brake, and then I'm putting the bike back in 1st gear, just like I did right now. And then they'll ease up off the clutch just like that. So that's a good demonstration of a way a lot of people will do that. That's like the first way. Now, let's get into the second part. The second part is actually downshifting, and I'm gonna show you guys what that is. We probably won't be able to make it to this light, but I'm in 4th gear. You're just gonna downshift. You're gonna pull in the clutch and downshift, pull in the clutch and downshift and exit out. So let me wait until we get into another light so I can show you guys. Okay, so we're coming up to a red light right now. I'm gonna show you guys. So you're gonna pull in the clutch, downshift, ease off the clutch. Pull in the clutch, downshift, ease off the clutch. So we're gonna pull in the clutch, downshift. See it like that. And that's another way to downshift. A lot of people downshift just like that. That's a really good way to downshift. So a lot of people would normally do that to downshift. That's probably the main option people do. So we're gonna go up, get higher gear again. So we're in 5th gear. We're gonna go ahead and start downshifting right now. So pull in the clutch, ease off, downshift. Watch this. That's downshifting. Honestly, I recommend you do that. I recommend if you do downshift if you're not 100% comfortable with engine braking. Which reminds me, so the third thing is engine braking. So there's 2 different engine brakings I'm gonna show you in this video. The first one is practically doing everything simultaneously at practically everything at the same time. So you're gonna pull in the clutch, blip the throttle, and downshift at the same time. You know you did it correctly because you shouldn't jerk. You hear your bike go yang, 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 like you'll hear that noise. So we're in 4th gear. We're gonna go ahead and engine brake and do exactly. You should be able to hear just that. And normally when you engine brake, you don't have to apply the brakes. You can if you want, but it's a different way of using the brakes. You don't really have to necessarily apply the brakes. So that's engine braking. We're gonna go ahead and move up. I'm gonna go back into 5th gear again, and I'm gonna engine brake to show you guys. So that's engine braking. Now, a second thing I was going to tell you guys, which is another reason, another way of engine braking, is you'll do the same thing, but while you're doing that, you'll use 2 fingers or 1 finger if you can, and you'll tap the front brake while you're engine braking. A lot of people would do this just to stop a little bit more, give it a little more stopping power. I know a lot of people do this on track. Some people do this on track days too. But like again, you're going to engine brake, pull in the clutch, flip the throttle, downshift, but at the same time as you're flipping the throttle and you're downshifting and pulling in the clutch, you're going to double tap not double tap, you're just going to press the front brake at the same exact time. It's literally the same as engine braking, but you're just giving it a little more braking and stopping power. So again, we're in 4th gear. We're going to do it with the front. It's just like that, but you're giving yourself more power to stop. So again, just like that, using the front brake. Like I said, you don't have to use the front brake. You can just engine brake regular, but I tend to use it if I'm going way too fast and I don't think the engine brake is going to do it perfectly. I would sometimes use the front brake at the same time. So let's see if you guys can get a better video since we're in light. So this is engine braking, just like that. Now this is it using the front brake. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we're going to go ahead and use the front brake, and here we go. You see, it's exactly the same. Probably should go in a higher gear, but it's exactly the same, but you just give it a little more stopping power. But anyway, you guys, that's practically 4 different ways you can downshift. Again, 5 ways is if you have an auto blip, and if you have an auto blip, you don't even have to use the clutch. You can literally be in practically, you know, 5th gear, and you can just hit it down, 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 down until you get the 1st gear. Now, I know I could have said 5 because you could have done clutchless downshift, but I don't recommend doing that because sometimes that will mess up your transmission if you don't do it correctly, and you can mess it up. But those are like the main 4 ways you can downshift on a motorcycle. Other than this, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please check out my other content. We're going to try and get videos out here, if not daily, at least every 2 days or 3 days. And then on top of that, please check out my link tree. We got a lot of discounts and everything for different websites and stuff that you guys can go on. And also, please check out my channel and subscribe. If not, check out my Instagram. I don't really post that much on TikTok. I have started doing Twitch, but I'm thinking about maybe starting podcasts on Twitch talking about motorcycle stuff. But other than this, you guys, this is it for the video. Again, have a blessed day and take care.
I'm walking through the valley, I won't fear an army. I lift my eyes to heaven.